CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Good evening. Soccer fans in Edmonton were celebrating and cheering this afternoon as Canada picked up its first ever win at the FIFA World Cup. Canada got off to a hot start, scoring early in the first half, and they just kept piling on the goals after that. CTV's Evan Kenny has more on Canada's 6-0 victory.
Cheers, cheers, and cheer. There's lots of reason for Canadian fans to celebrate.
Even though we're not a host city, the energy is palpable. You can definitely feel it. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
As a lifelong Canada soccer fan, I mean, it's going to be the history in the making right here.
It's been great. I've got to share it with my kids. They're coming up at the end of the school year, so it was like an awesome thing to do on a Thursday afternoon.
The fans say there's a new energy around soccer in our city. And a new era for the sport in our country.
I never even thought Canada was going to qualify for a World Cup, to be honest with you. So it's a complete sea change from that, and it's been amazing. Yeah, it's just great to see everybody buying into it now and seeing what the beautiful game's all about.
I'll be able to tell my kids, years down the line that I witnessed Canada's first ever victory at a World Cup.
Fans say this is the biggest win in the men's national team's history.
This is number one for sure. But it's number one till the next game, and that might be even bigger than this, right? So this is awesome.
And Canada will play again Wednesday against Switzerland, and if they win, they'll be guaranteed first place in their group, and they can still advance to the knockout stage with a draw against Switzerland. Albertans will soon be able to pay out of pocket for certain surgeries. The province says this will help ease wait times for everyone. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports there are concerns about oversight and weakening the public system.
It is about giving Albertans more choice.
More choice at a cost. Alberta's Hospital and Surgical Health Services Minister announcing today, Albertans will soon be able to pay out of pocket for elective surgeries outside hospitals.
That means less waiting, less pain, and better outcomes for all involved.
Eligible surgeries include hip, knee, shoulder, and other joint surgeries, hernia repairs, cataract surgeries, and more.
Our Health Act dictates that you have to just line up and wait your turn, and there's no other choice. So even if I want to help them, I'm not allowed to. I'm tired of telling patients that the wait time for cataract surgery is 6 to 9 months or longer.
Cancer surgeries and life-threatening conditions are excluded. The new dual practice model also allows surgeons to work in both the private and public systems, though Adriana LaGrange says those opting to be in both will be required to work a minimum set of hours in the public system.
We want those minimum number of hours to be tailored to the individual, tailored to the specialty, and also to the region.
Those are some of the details we were hoping to see today, and unfortunately, we're going to have to keep asking government to make sure that there is more transparency in this reporting structure.
In April, the Alberta Medical Association provided the province 70 safeguards for implementing dual practice. The association's president says some have been implemented, but not enough on oversight.
How are we going to be made aware of whether the public system is actually improving or if it's deteriorating?
And what we know will happen is wait times will get longer for almost everyone, except for those who have the financial means to skip the queue.
I don't believe they're making a sales pitch. I believe doctors genuinely want to provide good quality service to their patients.
The new model is set to start in September. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Police are looking for help after a group of men harassed and tried to lure a pair of 14-year-old girls. Police say the teens were walking near Rutherford Road and 18A Avenue when they were followed and approached by a gray Chrysler Pacifica minivan. Multiple men in the van reportedly shouted and attempted to lure the teens while driving erratically. The girls ran away and someone called 911. Police are hoping someone recognizes the van as well as a second silver vehicle that may have been involved. Police have also released a photo of a person of interest they're trying to identify. Anyone with information is asked to contact police immediately. Two teenagers have been charged after a string of armed robberies involving Facebook Marketplace. Police say in April and May, there were 7 thefts of iPhones listed for sale on Facebook. The suspect would pose as a buyer and meet with a seller and then threaten them with bear spray or a knife before stealing the phone. The robberies happened in the Richfield and Millbourne areas. Last Thursday, police arrested 2 15-year-old boys. They face charges including robbery and assault with a weapon. The family of a man who is known for rescuing cats out of trees wants him to be remembered as a man who would help anyone.
I think he left a great legacy, not only with his cat rescue, but with helping neighbors and just being a kind-hearted person and helping anyone in need.
The family of Derek Simonak is thanking everyone who has reached out with condolences since he was killed in May. He was hit by a truck after he pulled over on Wayne Gretzky Drive and stepped out of his truck. Simonak was an arborist and scaffolder by trade. His family and friends say he loved using his skills to rescue dozens of cats.
He would get the call and we'd go out at any time of night and we'd pull these cats out of the trees. Oh, it was awesome, man. The family would always be like just overjoyed, and they were surprised we wouldn't ask for anything in return. We just did it for the kindness of doing it, and we loved it. And he loved climbing trees, he loved helping people, and it was a good time.
The family has set up a GoFundMe page in his honor. The money is being used to cover funeral expenses and to help his wife and 4 children. It's raised $12,000 so far. A lawyer for the pro-separatist Alberta Prosperity Project was in court today. He's seeking to restart the process for its proposed referendum on independence. The petition was stayed in April to allow the court to consider a challenge over a duty to consult First Nations. That meant Elections Alberta could not verify or act on the 302,000 signatures submitted. Since then, Premier Danielle Smith has announced her own referendum question on separation, but the Prosperity Project still wants the count to begin. Lawyer Jeffrey Rath says that would put pressure on the province to move the group's separation question to a referendum instead.
Well, the next step is to hold Danielle's feet to the fire and have her put our question on the ballot. Like I said, I'm sure that she's going to continue to, shoot herself in the foot politically and continue to demonstrate to her base and to her voters that she's completely untrustworthy.
Representatives of several Alberta First Nations were also in court defending the lower court's ruling that the province had a duty to consult First Nations. The justice did not announce her decision today, but said it would be coming quickly. The NHL has cleared Mike Babcock to return to the league. TSN is reporting the Edmonton Oilers are working to finalize a contract with the controversial head coach. The league says an investigation requested by the NHL Players Association into Babcock has been completed. It says it found no current basis to restrict his employment in the league. Babcock was last hired to coach the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2023 until he resigned before the season started. He allegedly wanted his players to share personal photos from their phones. The NHLPA says, quote, "We expect Mr. Babcock will uphold the high standards required of NHL head coaches." TSN says the Oilers could announce they're hiring Babcock as early as next week. The Oilers have signed a goaltender who showed a lot of promise playing in the team's farm system last season. Connor Ungar split last season between the team's AHL affiliate, the Bakersfield Condors, and 3 East Coast Hockey League teams. The 24-year-old's success had him climbing the minor ranks consistently, piling on wins and shutouts with the different teams he played for. He's now on a 1-year deal worth $850,000. 3 local hockey players are now part of the Professional Women's League roster.
The Seattle Torrents select Emerson Jarvis, forward, Quinnipiac University.
The Edmonton native is known for her speed.
Emerson Jarvis went to the Seattle Torrent in the 3rd round of the PWHL draft. The Boston Fleet are getting 2 players originally from the Edmonton area. Forward Jaden Bogdan went in the 4th round, and Sherwood Park's Jenna Goodwin was selected in the 5th round. 4 new PWHL teams will play this season: Hamilton, Las Vegas, Detroit, and San Jose. A local chocolatier is expanding operations and opening a new storefront. This waterfall of melted chocolate will be blended and molded into treats, chocolate bars, and chocolate chips. They'll soon be on display at Delavoye in a new cafe just west of downtown. The chocolatier is making his kitchen and tasting room larger so he can make even more chocolate and host even more customers.
One big aspect of our business is to connect with people and provide our customers an experience. So we do experiences, tasting, chocolate tasting, wine pairing, all that stuff. So we have a dedicated space for that.
Now that the cafe is complete, customers can enjoy their chocolate with friends and a cup of coffee. It's Indigenous Heritage Month. An event downtown is highlighting Indigenous culture. The Indigenous Business and Vendors Market brings together entrepreneurs, organizations, and community members. In addition to selling goods, business owners can also share their stories.
And really what we hope to achieve is just to elevate Indigenous businesses. So this is my way of giving back to the Indigenous community. We're all about building financial wealth. We're all about building generational wealth as well for our communities, and we can't do that unless we support each other.
The market also featured an opening prayer and a powwow. The gaming world has come to Edmonton with an aim of benefiting Alberta's gaming industry. Edmonton is hosting Canada's largest gaming expo. GameCon Canada features new and trending games, tournaments, and celebrity guests. It's part of a summit bringing together studios, publishers, and tech companies to not only network, but also to play. Edmonton companies have played key roles in the gaming industry for a while now. The city recently made a deal to keep GameCon in Edmonton for the next 6 years.
The city has been over-the-top supportive of what we're doing, and there's a lot of really great developers here and publishers that already. So it just, for us, this felt like a fitting place.
GameCon Canada runs until Sunday at the Edmonton Expo Centre. An EDM festival with some big names is coming to Ice District in September.
San Francisco, where's your disco?
The Foundation Series is taking over Fan Park September 6th. Dom Dalla and Chris Lorenzo are the headliners. Other performances include Silva Bumpa, Bush Baby, and Cole Knight. Tickets go on sale this Tuesday on Ticketmaster. A local man who created a piece of art for an iconic Canadian musician got to present it to him in person. Burton Cummings is currently touring the country with the Guess Who and made a stop in Edmonton last week. CTV's Naramanisa spoke with both artists.
Oh my goodness gracious. Wow, that's absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what to say.
A legendary singer and songwriter left speechless.
I'm overwhelmed.
This artwork had the 78-year-old in awe.
It was just really tremendous. What a tremendous thing.
The piece was created by local artist Jeff Mazeris. He creates his masterpieces using bottle caps. More than 3,700 bottle caps were used to create this image of Cummings.
When you're up close, you get to appreciate all those little finer details, and then when you step back, it all really comes together, and then, you can see Burton's face.
Mazeros included dozens of Easter eggs among the bottle caps.
I've got his initials here, BC, and then I also have Guess Who. I've got These Eyes, one of the very first hits that put them on the map.
Cummings thought These Eyes had seen it all when it came to fan art until now.
I've had portraits done and paintings and drawings and computer, all that stuff, but what he did is totally unique.
Making this piece was special for Mazeris. Cummings is one of his musical heroes.
I don't have the right words to describe, how grateful and honored I am to have, shown this to him. And to see his reaction was just the most heartwarming thing.
I'm very, very flattered and very honored, really and truly. And this is for real. I'm not faking this. I had a tear in my eye.
This painting will be displayed at Cummings' home in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Mazeros has been commissioned to create another piece for a theater in Winnipeg named after the singer. Naramanisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Coming up next on CTV News, Albertans against coal mining in the Rockies upset their question won't be included in the fall referendum.
I probably can't use the language I'd like to use right now.
Good evening, folks. Some sunshine in the forecast for Friday, but don't get used to it. Rain, probably heavy, steady rain at times through the weekend, and gusty. Oh, and a big cool down as well. We'll get into all those details in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The leader of Alberta's anti-coal petition is pushing back after the Premier revealed his question will not be included on the fall referendum. Corb Lund believes Danielle Smith is actively trying to delay the coal initiative and claims she has never been upfront about a timeline. CTV's Tim Brooke reports.
Those who spent months collecting signatures for the Water Not Coal petition can't believe their question won't be on October's ballot.
I probably can't use the language I'd like to use right now.
The petition is currently being verified by Elections Alberta, but on Wednesday, the Premier announced time has run out.
It could result in a legislative proposal where we bring forward legislation into the legislature, or it could result in a recommendation for a province-wide vote, which would take place in October of 2027.
Danielle Smith claims there was a June 1st deadline to add any questions to the referendum. Organizer Corb Lund says that's news to him. In a statement, he writes he personally met with the Premier on May 11th and that at no point was any June 1st deadline mentioned.
Our signatures had to be in by June 10th, right? So had it been, we would have put the hammer down, they would have had it.
Elections Alberta tells CTV News it was asked by and informed government on May 14th about the June 1st deadline. That's more than a month before the Premier mentioned it publicly.
As an outside observer, the government has made many changes to the Citizen Initiative Act in the last year that seem to be unevenly interpreted and inconsistently applied, dependent on who is the proponent and what initiative it is.
Smith said it will be up to a committee to determine the path forward, but that it wouldn't be formed until September. And the legislature isn't set to reconvene until after October's referendum.
Industry is still happening. There's existing mines are expanding and new mines are trying to get started.
Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
And CTV News has reached out to coal producers Northback Holdings and Valerie Resources. Valerie Resources responded saying its Grassy Mountain project will create jobs and economic benefits while adhering to the highest environmental standards. If the wet weather around Edmonton this week has you down, a circus may lighten spirits. A performing arts festival in the city's French Quarter will feature death-defying stunts, impressive acrobats, and as CTV's Curtis Goodrum explains, even dinner.
Not many people would trust someone to hold them upside down with one hand, especially when it's near a 12-meter drop. For these entertainers, it's just Thursday.
Just like Circus, so it's pretty fun because we are with friends and we travel.
The Cirque Kick-Ass has traveled across North America for 5 years, performing atop, below, and over the truck in what they call Santé.
It's not traditional circus, right? But still, we were inspired by them. We don't have a big top, but we have the truck.
The truck might not be the most untraditional part.
After the performance, it turns into a food truck, right? So the whole cast, the whole team of performers are also doing the service and the food.
Inside the truck, beer taps, kitchen equipment, and a popcorn maker. The 15-year performers say the act is not the hardest part.
We do the setup, we do the show, the food, we do all the preps, I would say. It's the overall that's quite demanding, but it's totally worth it.
I saw their show in Montreal and I thought, this is incredible. I've never seen anything like it, and I wanted to bring it here to Edmonton.
Santé won't be the only one performing this weekend. There'll be 4 other shows, free activities, and workshops, all taking place in Edmonton's French Quarter. And on Father's Day, anyone attending gets in for free.
The beautiful thing about Circus is it unites all of us.
The group performs on Sunday, and they say no matter the weather, the show will go on.
We haven't canceled a show yet. We're going to do the performance even in the rain.
Edmonton is their last stop before they head home to Quebec. Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
When we return, some of the best golfers in the country are in Alberta for a major tournament's 30th year.
To be the defending champion this year it's an honor, really.
Coming up Friday on Your Morning, how we can celebrate Dad this weekend when he's no longer with us. Plus, a new picture book for those dealing with dementia.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by Alberta iGaming Corporation. For integrity, for fun, for Alberta.
Welcome back. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms again today. We got to 18 for a daytime high. Should be 21 or 22 tomorrow with the sunshine. 16 in Red Deer, 16 in Fort McMurray this afternoon. It was 20 in Grand Prairie. So almost everybody kind of mid to high teens. One or two spots hitting 20 today. We'll see that change for tomorrow, though. Overnight tonight, skies have started to clear. We'll see sunshine right through most of the day tomorrow. Further north, that cloud cover is going to start to fill in through the afternoon hours, but I think it'll hold off until supper time-ish, and then early in the evening, you might see a scattered shower or thunderstorm. The best chance is going to be overnight Friday night into Saturday morning as this area of low pressure develops. The timing on when the heaviest rain comes through the Edmonton area, still a little up in the air, as are rainfall totals, to be completely honest with you. Looks like most of the heaviest rain Saturday is going to be off to the west and northwest of Edmonton. Look, you could see some snow, higher elevations in through the mountain parks in and around Jasper late Saturday. Could also see some pretty good thunderstorms here Saturday afternoon off to the southeast, Wainwright Coronation region. I think plan for rain, if not steady and all day Saturday, at least off and on through the day Saturday. And then it may thicken up Saturday night into early Sunday as this low, you can see it spinning there, gradually starts to make its way off to the southeast. So does the bulk of the rainfall come Saturday or does it come Sunday for us here in Edmonton? That remains to be seen. Come back tomorrow, we'll have a little better idea. And I didn't put any numbers on this map because, quite frankly, they're going to change 5 or 6 times based on what the models are outputting. Just want to show you where it looks like the heaviest of the rain is going to be. There's one bullseye here. Edmonton's on the southern edge of this, but Edmonton off to the north, and then another bullseye here, and the bulk of that is going to come Saturday. Most of this will be Saturday night into Sunday. So bottom line, plan for a soggy weekend. Gusts will be up around 50 kilometers per hour on a wet weekend as well. 8 degrees, windy weekend as well. 8 degrees in Fort McMurray, 6 and 4 for morning lows in Grand Prairie and Red Deer. About 18, 19 across the northeast tomorrow. Grand Prairie, that chance of some scattered showers, thunderstorms in the afternoon. Whitecourt, Edson, you'll hang on to the sunshine a little longer. About 20 or 21 in sunshine into Vegreville and Red Deer. And here in Edmonton, 22 degrees for a daytime high. Sunny through the daytime hours. You get into the early evening, you might see a thunderstorm. Most of the rain, though, looks like it's going to be starting late Friday night. And then periods of rain Saturday, Sunday, gusts to about 50 kilometers per hour and temperatures topping out in the low to mid-teens. Not the nicest start to summer. First week of summer looks pretty good, though. Partly cloudy, 21 or 22 Monday. We're into the mid-20s with some sunshine Tuesday. There's a nice little upper ridge that's going to build in for the early to middle part of next week, and that'll boost temperatures into the mid-20s, maybe even high 20s by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then it collapses. We're back into the low 20s to close next week. That is your forecast.
In Calgary, the weather never seems to cooperate for an invitational golf tournament running through the weekend. CTV's Glenn Campbell has more on its 30th year.
Hunter Thompson had it all working last year at the Gleno Invitational. The 22-year-old won the men's pro division in a playoff, and coming back as the defending champ is something special for the Calgarian.
It's really cool, driving down that road this morning and seeing my picture be the first one up there. It's for sure pretty cool. When I was growing up in Calgary, I'd always kind of, seen this event as a big deal, and to be the defending champion this year it's an honor, really.
Thompson says this year's been a bit of a struggle. He's hoping being back in familiar territory will give him the spark he's looking for.
I know this course really well. I've played it hundreds of times. So, if I can kind of find something soon, I wouldn't be surprised if I do this week.
This is the best field they've ever had for the Invitational. Quebec's Joey Savoie won an American Tour event in Ecuador in late May. Then he made the cut last weekend at the RBC Canadian Open.
Making a cut at this level for me first time, I think I might have been the first Quebec guy to do it in 30 years, right? So pretty much the same amount that the Canadian team hasn't won the Stanley Cup. So it's been a while, but yeah, it was a good accomplishment. Hope to build on it for the rest of the season.
It's an all-Canadian field at this year's Gleno Invitational. 8 provinces will be represented. Josie Doyen won the women's professional event in 2024. It's always special being back at this tournament.
Yeah, I'm just so happy I had the opportunity to come back and to choose this event, because it's sometimes with the women's event there's always other tournaments, and I picked this one because, you know, you're a defending champion, you want to battle your title, and so it's fun to be back here.
Glenn Campbell, CTV Sports, Calgary.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. Have a great night.